numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Welcome back. Listening to Inside the Great Outdoors. Dr. Norm, Big Daddy Carl Bechtel, Castaway Coolest here, and going right to the phone lines. How's Lenny?
I'm absolutely wonderful.
Just absolutely?
Absolutely wonderful.
Wonderful.
All this talk about animals reminded me one time when I took a tour of the Bronx Zoo.
Yeah.
And I was in a small group of people being led around by a tour guide.
Okay.
And he'd give a little explanation about each animal.
Yeah.
Well, when we got to the porcupine exhibit, he said...
I heard this.
Okay.
He said, and they protect themselves from predators with these really sharp quills that they stick out.
Okay.
And a guy in the back says, well, then how do they breed? And the tour guide says, through their noses.
Killing me, Smalls.
Yeah. I used to be a tour guide, Lenny.
True their noses. Nice. Very nice. How do they breed? True their noses. Oh, that's a good one.
How does anything breed? Yeah. Oh, good.
That reminds me of an old joke.
Yeah.
When Zsa Zsa Gabor, remember Zsa Zsa Gabor? When Zsa Zsa Gabor was asked how many husbands she has had, she replied, well, darling, how many husbands have I had apart from my own?
Oh, jeez. Oh. Anything else there, Lenny?
Well, I do have a cooking tip.
Good.
I have discovered how easy it is to make naked cabbage rolls. That is, the cabbage rolls are naked, not me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank God.
Rather than wrap them, just chop the cabbage up into bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
Put it in some crushed tomatoes. Put a little cream in, a little bit of molasses, and a little bit of vinegar. Give it a little sweet sour taste, and then just take your ground meat and rice mixture and roll it like into little, pig-shaped things, and just drop them into the hot liquid. Cook them for about an hour, and they're done. And they're not wrapped, but hey, it's still tomato sauce and they're so much easier to make than trying to
probably easier to eat, because when you go to cut the cabbage, the meat sticks out anyway, and
right.
So
it's much easier to eat, and it's kind of like cabbage roll soup, basically.
Yeah.
But and my wife always used cream of tomato soup, so I just take crushed tomatoes and then put a little cream in it, and then a touch of molasses, maybe a coffee spoon worth, and then a half a coffee spoon of cider vinegar, to give it a little sweet tart taste. And it comes out real good, and it's just as good at half the work or a tenth of the work.
Yeah.
But so that's something you could do, because I would imagine a lot of people like them but don't like to take the time to make them.
You could probably do that in a crock pot, Lenny?
Oh, yeah. Yep,
Sounds
you could.
good. Sounds good.
All righty. Well, have a good day, gentlemen.
Okay, thanks for calling. See you, Lenny.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Oh, okay.
He's always good for a bit of humor.
I'll never forget when he told me years and years ago to buy that temperature
the
probe.
Thermapen.
What is it?
Thermapen.
Thermapen, yes.
What'd you forget?
Yeah. Couldn't think of the name. Boy, I can't. That's the biggest things. I can't remember these simple things.
Mm-hmm.
God darn it.
Don't worry.
But at least I can remember the story.
I do the same things.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Wow. I think we're just, our brains are so loaded with so much stuff. But I use that even if I'm warming up something, put it in the sea. But I use that. Now, at the time, it was pretty costly, but it was well worth it. And I've had it a long time. but and they have more things now. But the Thermopen, you're right, it is such a great tool for cooking because how else you can cut it and look, but when you stick it inside, number one, you don't have to break up the whatever you're cooking, but it goes down into the middle. What's the temperature in there, not on the outside? You know, I did have a bit of a disaster this week. You can overboil milk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I had a taste for oatmeal. So I used milk instead of water, and I had to bring it to a boil. Well, when I turned around and looked, it was like an ice cream cone. It was just everywhere, bubbling over. It was still okay. I stuck the oatmeal in.
Famous line. It was still okay.
Yeah, I stuck the oatmeal in, and I just sat there and just kept
I
mixing.
bet you just sat there.
And
You
just,
obviously didn't stir it.
well, I did after I put it in, and I just stayed there and kept mixing so it wouldn't burn or stick to the pan. I just stayed there and
Just
kept
the
mixing.
milk was burnt.
It was just, and it didn't burn. It just foamed all over the place. That's all. But it was okay, and I had my oatmeal. But I stayed right by it. Just kept. I didn't leave. Just kept mixing it. It's just that I couldn't believe how fast the milk boiled over. Yes, Doc, you're going to say something.
It's not worth it.
Oh.
Me neither. I'm not.
Not what?
Well, you say I pick on you too much, so I'm sort of
Oh,
reeling it in.
oh, you're reeling it in?
Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
You got any other-
Stick with sushi.
Okay. You got anything else you were going to, you said there was some more information you wanted to send out to our
Did I?
listeners.
Well, one of the things I'm going to be talking about in the fishing report that's coming up here in 5 minutes is fishing the docks at Mosquito
Yeah.
in the State Park Marina. You can fish the docks now.
How did you know you could?
There's a sign that
Oh.
says after this date,
So somebody had
September
a check.
30th, they open it to the shore fishermen fishing off the docks, whether
Oh.
there are boats there or not.
Oh,
So there's still a lot of boats there, but,
Are there?
but we're still fishing, and
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about that in the fishing report. But
and is that a
but
good?
coming up on October 19th, which is what, 2 weeks?
About,
Yeah, 2 weeks away.
yeah.
We're having the Cass Cray Dock Challenge at Mosquito at the docks. We did it twice last year, and we're going to do it in the fall, and then we'll do it again in the spring. But one of our pro staffers that my co-pro staffers, Rick Varconi, he came up with this idea to fish the docks. It's a shore fishing thing.
Yeah.
It's like a little pot tournament. It's $10, and you just show up 7:30, put $10 in the hat, and go fish
Yeah.
off the docks. And it's pretty effective. We caught a lot of fish yesterday. We met up there. There were, I don't know, 7 or 8 of us up there, 6 or 7 of us up there from the Cass Cray group of pro staffers and ambassadors, and
Yeah.
there were a lot of people fishing the docks and a lot of people going out on Mosquito in their boats. So it was a beautiful morning, beautiful day yesterday. So I'll talk about that and how we did. And if you want to get involved, it's, come up. You can fish with whatever you want. You can use minnows or whatever. It doesn't matter. And it's easy access. The docks they're floating docks. So
Are there a lot of them?
oh yeah, there's, I don't know how many, but there are a lot of docks you can fish off of, or you could fish from the shore in between, like Norm and
Dell.
Dell did the one time we were up there, and we catch bluegills and crappies. And as the water temperatures cool down, it gets better because all the bait starts to come into that little bay in there, that cove,
Yeah.
and you can catch some nice fish. Caught a lot of bass yesterday. A lot of the guys did.
Huh.
They caught some nice bass, like 2-pounders, and just fishing with tiny little jigs
Yeah.
around the boats and dragging them along the bottom and
You
twitching
might
them
even
along.
catch a
and
walleye in
Yeah.
there.
There's perch in there. There's walleye. There's northern pike in there. You catch pike, bass, bluegills, crappies, catfish. Saw a couple catfish caught yesterday. Some of the guys using minnows caught catfish. It was
Did we say pike?
a mixed bag. Yep,
Okay.
a mixed bag. So it's always a good time too. It's just a fun pot tournament. We all yell at each other across the different docks we're fishing and make fun of each other just like we do here on the show.
Yeah, good.
And just fishing buddies having a good time. And,
Yeah.
There's no profanity.
a lot of kids.
Is
A
there?
lot of some of the guys get a little
Carried-
randy.
Carried away.
I see.
Let's say it sort of fits our personalities here.
Yeah.
And some have sweet tooths, some have no teeth. But anyway,
Okay. Well, let's take a break, and then we can have this
and
fishing report.
kids are welcome. Kids, bring your kids. Fish
Kids
off the
of all
docks.
ages.
Catch some bluegills. Have
Women
some
are
fun.
welcome.
Absolutely.
There you go. Okay. Well, we'll take a break, and we will be back.
If you leave me now, you'll take away the biggest part of me. Ooh, no, baby, please.
For those that fish Lake Erie and are used to fishing with Dipsy divers, I think they've got to try my diver, Castaway's Magnetic Diver. And what's so neat about it, it's a magnetic release. So you don't have to fight with the problem with the regular Dipsies is that they'll trip. You got to bring them in. set
Or
them-
sometimes they won't trip.
or they won't trip. This is a magnetic release, so you let it into the water, and as it has slack, it falls and it sets and then dives. And then when a fish hits it, it trips it, comes to the surface, and comes in. But the neat thing about it as well is you can fish with it. You can trip it. You can let it come up through the water column. You can reset it. So it's a great way to get a bait down and away from the boat. So it's Castaway's Magnetic Diver, but it's something, if you're a troller, you need to look into. It's a great product and a great way to make fishing a lot easier and a lot more productive. Order yours today.
No matter what species of fish you target, Kodiak Scents has great products that will help you catch more fish. One of those is Kodiak Candy, specifically designed to attract any species you fish for. Panfish, trout, catfish, or walleye, Kodiak Candy is full of freeze-dried scent. Freeze-drying concentrates the scent and makes it irresistible. Kodiak Candy even works on saltwater fish. Easy to put on the hook, this candy will get the fish's attention and trigger more bites. To order your Kodiak Candy or any of the line of Kodiak scent products, head to www.castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. Do you enjoy a good story about hunting or fishing? Then you need to get your hands on Tales from the Trails, the real-life adventures of Castaway Coulis. Take a journey around the world with Joe as he recounts some of his best hunting and fishing trips, from Africa to Alaska, from behind the Iron Curtain to Australia. You can share in his memories through the book, complete with pictures to take you on the journey. It's a trip back in time looking through the eyes of an outdoors legend. Order your copy today on Amazon or at castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K.com. Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
Welcome back. Time for the fishing report with Big Daddy Carl Bechtel.
Hey.
What do we got?
We got fish.
Good.
We had fish in the studio today. Norm caught some beautiful sardines.
Oh boy.
Dipped them in mustard, put some fresh onion, vinegar.
And that's not sour.
No.
No, it's not sour.
Mustard,
delicious.
vinegar. Oh yeah, no,
They
that's
were
not sour.
delish.
I can still taste them.
Me too.
Yeah, that's
I'll
a
be tasting
problem.
them till
You just
Tuesday.
keep Yeah, right.
Yeah, Lenny got the can of Lysol out for the
Right.
microphones, and we'll see. It'll be a
Poor
good test.
Irish guys will be smelling
Okay.
them too.
What's
But,
happening in the
It's
fishing
been pretty
world?
good fishing. The walleye fishing's been pretty good up there. Beautiful Lake Erie. Somebody said the east corner of Kelly's Island has been hot
This is the time
for
of the year.
the walleyes. They're starting to stack up.
Big ones.
They're starting
Big
to move
ones
into
usually
shore a
this
little
time of
bit,
year. Yeah.
and water's still pretty warm, so they're you can get them that good 35 to 38 feet off of the Rocky River, Lakewood. I know they're getting them off Avon Point, the corner of the Sandbar in Lorraine, off Lorraine there. It's like 3 or 4 miles out, and that's always a good spot this time of year. The out of Huron, or as they say, Huron out that way. Say it correctly. And
my buddies are getting 10 miles off of Cleveland,
Yeah.
off of Rocky
River.
Yeah.
Yep, they're moving in. You don't have to go 18 miles off of
No,
Rocky River.
10 miles isn't
they're
bad.
coming. But we need two things: we need cooler temperatures, and we need rain. So that influx of fresh water into the lake and into the tributaries will draw the fish in. It'll draw in the bait fish, and the bigger fish will follow the bait fish, whether it's steelhead or walleye or smallmouth or whatever. It won't be long. Hopefully, the next week we'll get some good steady rain for a good day and a half. Get the water levels, get the water moving a little bit, and get the fish active. Even the inland lakes, they're down. I know Portage Lakes is down. Every fall they lower the lake level, so homeowners that live around the lake, because there's a lot of them, can work on their docks and fix their docks if they have any issues, clean out things from under it, or fix any pilings, or they can get access to it from the water side, not on the dock, or they don't have to wade or anything like that. So I know Nimicilla's down probably 3 feet, if not a little bit more. It's still down. I tried there earlier in the week and was unsuccessful. I caught one little bass that was maybe 2.5 inches long.
Oh boy,
and which makes Joe happy. So,
Keo.
catching dinks.
Keo.
No, you.
Oh,
He's making fun of me for catching dinks. So, but yesterday was at Mosquito. We went out and did some dock fishing, and all you do, it's very simple. Is you take a 32nd ounce jig head, and I was using a soft plastics from Cast Cray. You can use whatever you want. I like Cast Cray because they work. There's a variety of colors. It's a good soft plastic bait. I am on their pro staff, which is an unpaid position, and the pro stands for promotional, not professional. So we'll just straighten all of that stuff out. But met up with some of the other guys who are on the pro staff, and we fished the docks, and we were dipping their soft plastic baits. The minnows and the planktons caught the most fish. And the micro minnows, guys were using little tiny tungsten jigs with the little soft plastic on the end, just like ice fishing. And they were catching crappies and bluegills. And there were a couple guys caught some nice bass, too. 2.5 pounders, some smaller ones, some right around 2. One was about 3, I think. It was a good-sized fish. But there were people all over the docks fishing. And basically, there's still some boats in the water. There's everything out there, from pontoon boats to sailboats to...
are those boats an attract?
Absolutely. The fish get underneath those docks and the boats next to them.
Okay.
And you can drop your line right in between the dock and the boat, where it's because of two things. Well, the main thing is it's shade.
Okay.
It gives them a place to hide.
Okay.
And but as the sun came up, it was better early in the morning, but as the sun got higher in the sky, the bite dwindled.
Mm.
So, and especially for the crappies. The crappies like the lower light situation. It was really clear blue skies yesterday. So, but they'll get up under those docks and under those boats, and you can see them. You can see them in the water. and you can move your jig up to where you can see your jig,
Yeah.
and you'll see the fish come up and look at it, but they just wouldn't hit.
Really?
And you could change colors and shapes and sizes and everything, and they just wouldn't hit it. They were just in a bad mood, and
Yeah.
you know,
not
and you think
feeding.
about at night. You know, there was what was it? I'm trying to think what moon phase it was. It wasn't a full moon.
Getting close.
It was like a 3/4 moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was sort of bright
Yeah.
because the skies were clear at night too. So
Yeah.
you know, they're feeding in low light situations rather than in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And the water's still warm too, and that has something to do with it. They'll get sluggish. And but the bluegills were biting, which was a lot of fun. You know, we were casting I was casting a 64th ounce jig head, and in probably 7-8 feet of water. But there's weeds down near the bottom, and I'd cast it out, and I'd count to 10 because a jig that small sinks really slow. And then I'd just give it a couple of twitches and reel it in real slow, sort of close to the bottom, and I could feel the weeds. I could feel ticking the weeds, and then there'd be that little thump. And I wasn't using a float yesterday, I haven't done that in a long time, and I just wanted to get the feel of it and everything, which was nice. But you'd feel the thump and hook some nice bluegills. I got some good pumpkin seeds and full, regular bluegill, and probably 7-8 inchers. I got like 5 of those, and a couple of guys got some crappies up to 11 inches. I caught like 3 or 4 that were, biggest one's probably 9.5, and then a couple of 8s and a 6 maybe. But it was still fun, sitting on the dock. It's easy access. You don't have to walk a country mile. There are restrooms right there. If you want to bring a little grill and have a cookout, you can do that. It's a state
Picnic
park.
tables, yeah.
Yeah.
They got picnic tables.
Wow,
and
that's
there's
nice.
shady areas.
Yeah.
And
It's a nice area.
and it's good fishing.
Yeah.
You don't. There's not a bunch of trash everywhere. They got it's like a state park, and
Yeah.
the Division of Division of Wildlife guys, the rangers and stuff. They're out. They check licenses, keep an eye on
Good.
everybody,
Good.
and they're over there checking boats and doing.
There's a disabled area
Absolutely.
too. It's
There's-
really nice.
yep.
Nice.
Lots of
place.
handicap parking and handicap access to these places. I've
There's
seen
a dog area down
Yeah,
there. If you
there's
got
a dog park.
yeah, dog park.
Wow.
And the handicapped access area where the handicap dock is, that is a great place in the spring. And they're actually building they have porta-johns there, but they're building a new restroom facility and redoing the parking lot. So it's going to be really nice in the spring.
Wow.
And but the water levels at Mosquito are also down probably 4 feet. It's way down.
Oh.
And I've been fishing the causeway, and you could see on the causeway there you can see the rocks along the causeway where the algae line is, and it's probably down 3 or 4 or at least 4 feet. But they're still catching bass, and guys are drifting for the walleyes and the crappies out there on the creek channel, because that's where they all head. When water levels go down, they'll move out to the deeper water and suspend. So, and that's about everywhere. I did see some pictures of there was a gentleman who was out in the boat at Nimisila catching nice crappies early in the morning, and he posted some good pictures. One of the guys I met at a couple of my seminars, John White, and I know I'll give him a shout out on the radio. He caught some nice crappies at Portage Lakes out of his boat, and was showing those off online. And the perch are biting out west still around the islands. Off Marblehead they're catching. You heard Michael Bray earlier say they caught 18 out there. I've seen some other guys doing really good in that area. A lot of the bait shops out there do have emerald shiners, so that's good. Highway Bait and Tackle has emerald shiners along with a couple of the other spots. So get out there. The weather's fine. It's beautiful out. Wear your PFD, as we were talking about earlier. so you don't have to worry about safety. And for up-to-date perch reports and where the bait shops are to get your emerald shiners, check out the Church of Perch on Facebook. They have all that stuff listed, so, and up-to-date information. I still haven't heard anything about out east, the perch off of Conneaut or Ashtabula or anywhere out there. There was a report from our friend John Breedlove that said he went out of Conneaut in the lake right in front of the harbor and in the harbor, and he caught a few steelhead. So they're starting to move in.
Good.
And if we get some rain, those steelhead are going to be in those rivers thick. So I know they're out at the mouths of all the rivers, and if you want to go out and give it a shot, take your casting spoons like your little Cleos and KO wobblers and crocodile spoons, and you could use a Williams spoon and go to your shoreline, put some 10-pound P-line on your reel, and cast away. How's that?
Beautiful.
So there you go.
Okay.
That's the fishing report. Get out there. Beautiful weather. If you want to go Tuesday in the rain, that's fine. The fish are already wet.
And it doesn't look like there's any wind out there, at least.
Not
very,
yet.
very little.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
breeze out.
We're looking at the trees out
southwest,
the
maybe.
studio window. So, okay. Well, we'll take a short break. We got a lot more. In fact, Doc is going to tell the story this time.
We're going to Mexico.
We're going to Mexico, and then Hamden, hang on there. We'll get to eventually. So you got to call earlier, but we'll see.
He
We'll
has
talk.
been.
Yeah, I don't know what happened today. He'll come up with some
Maybe
excuse.
he's busy.
Oh, well,
Maybe he got run over by a boat.
Well, maybe. I did see the pictures.
He's still
Michael
celebrating
Bray.
his birthday. Oh, yeah, you saw his pictures?
Yeah.
That's serious, man.
Ooh,
serious stuff.
Yeah, he's probably
very
still
lucky.
celebrating, but you got 2 hours where you got all kind of time, but then the last hour's kind of full.
Pushed, yeah.
So you can't do that. So we'll take a break, and then we'll be back.
For those that fish Lake Erie and are used to fishing with Dipsy divers, I think you've got to try my diver, Castaway's magnetic diver. And what's so neat about it, it's a magnetic release. So you don't have to fight. With the problem with the regular Dipsies is that they'll trip. You got to bring them in.
Or sometimes they won't trip.
Or they won't trip. This is a magnetic release, so you let it into the water, and as it has slack, it falls and it sets and then dives. And then when a fish hits it, it trips it, comes to the surface and comes in. But the neat thing about it as well is you can fish with it. You can trip it. You can let it come up through the water column. You can reset it. So it's a great way to get a bait down and away from the boat. So it's Castaway's magnetic diver, but it's something if you're a troller you need to look into. It's a great product and a great way to make fishing a lot easier and a lot more productive. Order yours today.
Do you enjoy a good story about hunting or fishing? Then you need to get your hands on Tales from the Trails, the real-life adventures of Castaway Coulis. Take a journey around the world with Joe as he recounts some of his best hunting and fishing trips, from Africa to Alaska, from behind the Iron Curtain to Australia. You can share in his memories through the book, complete with pictures to take you on the journey. It's a trip back in time looking through the eyes of an outdoors legend. Order your copy today on Amazon or at castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K.com. Are you ready to catch the big one? Introducing Kodiak Fish Attractant Catfish Bombs, your ultimate secret weapon for a successful fishing trip. Designed with fishermen in mind, Kodiak Catfish Bombs release an irresistible scent that draws catfish in from miles away. Just toss it in, wait a bit, and watch the action unfold. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, these bombs are hot stuff. Perfect for the weekend angler or those late-night catfish excursions. Watch your catch rate explode with Kodiak Fish Attractant Catfish Bombs. Available online at castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K.com. Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
Here I was, back in the wild again. And I felt right at home, where I belong. I had that feeling coming over me again. Just like it happened so many times before. Yeah. The spirit of
Welcome back. Storytelling Time, and Doc's going to take us to Mexico.
Mexico.
Good.
This was kind of a trip me and my one buddy were planning, but right before we were going to leave, his mom died.
Oh,
So we had everything was paid for, so we had to stay for the funeral and everything. So we gave the tickets to another older gentleman that we knew. He was a veterinarian. I'll call him Dr. L.
L.
Yeah, L.
L&T.
So
Okay.
L and T, and his son's his one son was an airline pilot, and he says, watch Pop for me when you go on this trip. I said, okay. Pop was probably in his late 60s, you know.
And you were?
I was in my 30s.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
So, you know, we hopped the plane, go to Miami, pick up a Mexican airline. We stopped in Cancun. And this was in the day when you could put everything in a knapsack that you needed,
Yeah.
take it on the plane with
Yeah.
you. So my knapsack had one of those collapsible fishing rods. It had a fillet knife.
Oh.
Of course, it had a snake stick in it.
You were
to
going
Mexico.
hunting,
We were going duck hunting.
but you took your
specifically.
fishing stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
We're right
interesting.
on the coast. We're on the north coast of the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah.
Rancho San Carlos.
Okay.
So, you know, we fly to Cancun, and from Cancun, we took another smaller plane over. And we didn't have much room on that plane. And the stewardess, you know, came over to me. She says, Senor, you got to put that knapsack under your seat. And
Yeah.
I says, I don't know if it's going to fit. So she comes over, pretty nice looking gal. She goes, pushing this thing under the seat, and all these guys are sitting with us. We had Lynn Cates, the wildlife artist,
Yeah.
and his father
Oh.
and his brother,
Yeah.
and a couple of Cleveland Browns, too, were with us.
Oh.
So it was a nice group.
Yeah.
And she's looking at me, trying to push this thing under the seat. She says, Senor, stick it in a little farther. Oh, so everyone just
Oh, yeah.
cracks up.
Yeah.
And this, you know,
Yeah.
she just walked away, you
Yeah.
know. Oh, Americanos, you know.
Yeah.
So we land the plane in Cancun, then we take off for Merida, which is in the Yucatan. Get into this little bus that takes us to Rancho San Carlos, which was out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was a dirt road all the way.
Yeah.
I think it was like 40 miles back.
How
Stopped
many?
At 40 miles from Merida.
40.
40 miles from Merida.
Woo.
And we stopped at a little town. It was pretty neat. They had a bullfight going on. They were still having bullfights down there.
Oh.
So we stopped, and this was a real bullfight,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. We stopped there, watched the bullfight, then we went to the town. And we get to the Rancho San Carlos, which was basically kind of an updated motel
Okay.
right along the beach. The ocean wasn't 100 yards from the motel, right along the Gulf Coast
Yeah.
there, you know. So we get up there, and here's the Federales. They were picking up the guns all the guns. So we asked the guy who's running the camp, and he goes, he said, they do this every once in a while,
What do you mean picking up the guns?
picking up the guns because their permit ran out,
Oh.
He says, we pay them so much, and they'll bring the guns right back,
Oh.
And here's all these guys with, machine guns,
Yeah.
standing around. I thought,
Yeah.
and my my buddy Dr. L, he didn't have all the right permits,
Yeah.
and I said, I said, Dick, they're coming after you. Of course, he believed everything I said,
Oh.
He says, what are they doing here? I said, they know you don't have the right permits. I said, they're coming after you. What am I going to do?
Oh my.
It was that kind of trip,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and we got that all straightened. I got the guns back. So the next morning, we had a great meal at this place.
Yeah.
And they had a swimming pool. And
Yeah.
I went out fishing, just walked out and went fishing. I didn't catch anything but ladyfish, but a
Oh.
bunch of ladyfish.
Okay.
And I walked back to the camp, and this Mexican, he was one of the chefs there. He says, Senor, he said, I will not walk in the water there. I says, why not? He goes, there are sharks. He says, we dump all the garbage in the water there. And he
Yeah.
says, all these big bull sharks come up. He said, they're like 8 feet long. They come right up to the shore there. I said, I would not walk in that water. I says, oh, now you tell me,
Oh.
So we go out next morning. We're out there duck hunting, actually, and we have this little old man. He was probably as older than you, Joe.
Uh-oh.
And he has this little canoe. It was like a wooden canoe
Yeah.
that he pulls us out in the mangrove swamps. These
Yeah.
are all mangrove swamps.
Yeah.
Chops us with a machete, a little blind out there. And it's dark. Hey, we have no idea where we're at. And we're using these old 1100 Remington guns with reloaded shotgun shells, And I hear this. I'm going, is there an airport around here? He goes, no, senor. And he points up with his finger. And I look up, and it's just black above us. It's mosquitoes,
Oh.
And, I'm all bug juiced up. Dick's
Oh.
all bug juiced up.
Oh.
We look at our guns. It's full of mosquitoes.
Oh,
The
my.
mosquitoes were biting. And this guy didn't have one mosquito on him,
Right.
this little old guide, They weren't bothering him at all. I said,
Yeah.
why aren't they bothering you? He goes, Senor, I am used to it. They don't bother me,
Right.
But we shot a ton of blue-winged teal primarily.
Yeah.
We saw some widgeon. We saw some fulvous tree ducks. We didn't shoot those. We saw comachos. No shoot, senor.
What?
Comachos. You
What's
don't
that?
know what a camacho is?
No.
Those are cormorants. There
Oh.
were cormorants
Oh.
down there. Camacho, no shoot, senor.
Yeah.
So, that was that morning. And in the afternoon, the guy took me fishing. Dick didn't, or Dr. L didn't want to go fishing, So I take my little fancy fishing rod, and we're out there fishing. We're catching these things. They're like bluegills. They call them moares, I'm fishing, and these guys are hand lining. They're out fishing me 5-1 with the hand
yeah.
line,
Yeah.
And they're just throwing them in the bottom of the same little canoe.
Yeah.
Just one after another, and they're biting them in the head so they wouldn't flop around.
Yeah.
So I said, I got to try this. So I started biting them in the head, and after that, I was their buddy, So we get back that night, and they made all these fish, ceviche. They made them raw, you know.
Yep.
Boy, they were really good. And then we had those ducks, and they were absolutely delicious. And we had chicken along with that, fresh chicken that they had at camp there. I never tasted chicken like that. It was so good.
Wow.
And then I took a walk that morning. Of course, I was looking for snakes, and I'm walking back, and I see these big pug marks in the sand there, and there was a big
Jaguar.
jaguar that was following my footprints. And I get back to camp, and I see the manager. I says, "Man, there's a big jaguar around here." He says, "Yeah, it's a big male jaguar." He won't bother you though. He just likes to follow people around, and he jumps back in the jungle.
Oh,
He's never hurt anybody though. I
yet.
said, no.
Yet. Wow.
I'd be the first one that he would probably hurt.
Oh gosh.
So it was a great trip, and then
Good.
we get back to Merida. Everybody gets sick. Typical.
Yeah.
And the one guy had the nephrotic syndrome. He got really sick, and he was going to go to the hospital there in Merida. I says, "You're not going to that hospital."
No.
So I got him some antibiotics. He can get antibiotics over the counter. We got him some fluids. I gave him an IV, and
Wow.
we sent him on a plane the next day after he got rehydrated.
Yeah.
We sent him back to Miami, and he went to Michigan,
Yeah.
where he lived, and he got better. And then that day we went to we got a cab driver, real nice cab driver, and we says, we want to go to the ruins where you guys go, where the Mexicans go
Yeah.
to have, a picnic or
Yeah.
something. And he took us to these ruins. They were called Gibelah-Chatun. And, there were just some Mexican families there, and there were ruins. They were way out in the boonies
Yeah.
someplace, and we went there. We had lunch. Then he took us to a restaurant in Progreso, which is a little port town there, and very, very good lunch. And we gave him a big tip, and we went back. And the next day we flew out.
Oh,
Really
cool.
good trip. So that was my Yucatan trip.
Yeah, very good. See, cool. Well, let's see. We only got a few minutes, but we're running out
I'm
of time.
trying to get Bob in. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, Hamden. Now, what's the excuse for calling so late?
Okay, then. Well, we got to go, and never mind. No, number one, Doc, I'm not worthy, but thank you. Number two, gentlemen, I literally suffered what I call a rare double weirdo on a Sunday. Coop the Wonder Dog, the kid's dog that's living with us, decided 1:30 in the morning was a great time to have to go outside. And I'm like, of course, we'd better do that. And then, of course, the creaky wheels of my mind start turning, so I stay up and I'm doing some stuff. I look like a nocturnal special. And I sit down at about 5:30. I was ready to call the show, just a little outside, just a little early. And I sat down and I blinked out till 10 to 9. I'm like, oh, my God, this is crazy. Didn't even know I did it. And then I go to call. I go, phew, I'm before 9. Thank God. And the phone, I would hit the dial, on the contact, and it would immediately disconnect. I'm like, you're joking. So I had to go through the shutdown and the reboot and then here we are. So you can't make any of this up. But like I told Lenny, you're maestro. Yeah, hit 6-5 and derail. It's working right out.
Yeah.
So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Good.
And we're going to be extremely brief because you accommodated me poisoning the airwaves with my voice. That is mighty nice.
Well, I hate to have people wait and that, but sometimes I can't do
I
nothing
know.
about it.
And then Joe yells at you.
No. You know what? Logistics are logistics. I gauge the health of the show by the fact that it's tough to get in after 9, and you have a show to run. So this is cool. We can do it. And I'm going to be reciprocally brief, uncharacteristically brief, because you did what you did, and you got me in,
Well,
and we're not going to clog
we
the
got
way.
you in, so
And I
good.
thank you.
Okay, well, I appreciate the
thank-
phone call.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
do me a favor. Just say, all right then, and then.
All
hack
right
me.
then.
I love it. Yeah.
You
And
got
I'm
it.
gonna treat you-
We'll talk to you
Your
again.
Your reward is a formal toodles, and make way for those Irish people. Yay!
You got it.
Au revoir.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Yeah. Bonjour and love you, miss you.
See
Bye.
you, Bob. Bye. Okay. And in that, we got to take a break because we got Good News Q on the other side, and we're in the home stretch. So we'll take a short break, and we'll be back.
No matter what species of fish you target, Kodiak Sense has great products that will help you catch more fish. One of those is Kodiak Candy. specifically designed to attract any species you fish for. Panfish, trout, catfish, or walleye, Kodiak candy is full of freeze-dried scent. Freeze-drying concentrates the scent and makes it irresistible. Kodiak candy even works on saltwater fish. Easy to put on the hook, this candy will get the fish's attention and trigger more bites. To order your Kodiak candy or any of the line of Kodiak scent products, head to www.castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. Do you enjoy a good story about hunting or fishing? Then you need to get your hands on Tales from the Trails, the real-life adventures of Castaway Coulis. Take a journey around the world with Joe as he recounts some of his best hunting and fishing trips, from Africa to Alaska, from behind the Iron Curtain to Australia. You can share in his memories through the book, complete with pictures to take you on the journey. It's a trip back in time looking through the eyes of an outdoors legend. Order your copy today on Amazon or at castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K.com. Thanks for listening to the Inside the Great Outdoors podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or stories you'd like to share, shoot us an email at jcoulis@castaway.com. That's Castaway with a K. We'll share your comments with our audience on the following week's show. Thanks again for listening to Inside the Great Outdoors.
The truth. Welcome back. Time for some good news with Good News Keel. Right there, buddy.
That's right.
Good.
In fact, Sturgeon Fest is now in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They did have an event at the Cuyahoga National Park, but that was canceled due to a shutdown. But they had the big event at the Rivergate Park at Merwin's Wharf yesterday, and there are now a lot more sturgeon in the Lake Erie watershed in Cuyahoga River.
Good.
That's kind of it's a neat deal that is a cooperative between the Department of Natural Resources here in Ohio and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Cleveland Metro Parks, and of course Mike Gergelect had no small part in that. One of our buddies.
Yeah, we talked earlier about the history of it and how they utilized it. Carl was talking earlier about, utilizing everything back in the long time ago, how important a resource it was. And the beer thing, how they used the bladder as a filter to clear beer. And that's why the big breweries, Cleveland and
Milwaukee,
Wisconsin,
Chicago.
Milwaukee,
yeah,
Chicago,
yeah. So that's an interesting thing. So hopefully we'll be around to see some catches. So
well, they grow slowly, but it's been going on now, and the Ohio State University played a no small part as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Oh,
mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah. Also, from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, Harvey Webster has been inducted into their Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've had the opportunity to meet Harvey, but he's a heck of a guy.
No.
Yeah.
Met him
We
a
all
few
know
times. Plays in a band.
He's he's just an all-around.
Yeah. He's a neat
guy.
character. He's a character.
And he's been around
he
a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been around a long time. Well, he's an old guy like us.
Yeah.
He oversaw the Perkins Wildlife Center, one of Ohio's largest collections of native wildlife, through the Cleveland Museum of Natural History. He played no small role in the revitalizing of the bald eagle in Ohio. That was one of his pet projects. But probably, I think, one of his greatest contributions is his love of teaching and going to elementary schools and middle schools and throughout Northeast Ohio and further. I know he would come out to Hamden Elementary, when Dory was there before she retired, and I got to meet him there, and just a all around good guy.
Yeah.
So
good.
congratulations, Harvey. It was well earned. Yes,
Yeah.
and he continues to enlighten people. But anyway, by the way, I don't know how your gardens look, but ours are pretty sad looking.
Yeah, they're
you look at-
winding down. Cucumbers are
But-
nothing, but tomatoes still. I'm still getting tomatoes.
I'm getting some good tomatoes.
Yeah.
But as far as flowers go,
Oh,
don't cut,
my flowers
don't-
off the charts.
don't cut the dead flowers, though. If you've got just a quick reminder, if you've got like black eye Susan, coneflowers, sunflowers, Joe Pye weed, goldenrod, sedum, aster, ornamental grasses, leave them up. The birds will eat them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They, I've been watching the coneflowers now for the last few weeks, and the goldfinch have been going crazy on them.
oh,
So, they're feeding the birds out there.
oh.
So
Like I have a neat variety of, I don't know, it's not a zinnia, but marigold, but it's a weird looking one, and I see some of them dried up. How do I save the seeds?
I would just leave them out there. Just
But I want
leave
to I want to plant them because it's a really
Oh.
neat variety. I'd like to
Oh,
have it
yeah.
next
Well,
year.
just cut the seed heads off.
Yeah.
Some, and I don't know. You may want to Google it, but some seeds do a lot better if you store them over winter in the fridge or in an area.
Well, it seems
that's
like
cold.
my buddy he saves all his corn and on. He
So you
freezes
can put
them.
them in you can either freeze them or you can put them in your garage or your barn or whatever.
So-
and
so
keep
take 'em
out-
off.
outdoors, but you can put them in like a paper bag or something.
And then is it easy to separate the seed from?
Yeah, once
No
they get
s-
dry, you should just be able to run it between your fingers.
Should
and-
be able to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do that
Yeah,
because it's a really neat looking flower. Instead of a big round, it's like say 5
petals.
petals. That's the word. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And really cool and different. And I thought, I'd like to save those. But what I did notice with the marigolds, I put them in and nothing. And then all of a sudden in the last two weeks, there's like thousands of flowers. Beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
Our
I mean,
flower
just-
garden's the same way. All summer it was lousy, and
Yes.
now it just boom.
I mean,
perks up.
I don't see all these blossoms, and man, is it beautiful! And a nice orange, yellow, just so pretty. And the other thing is an area where it's dry and it's like a desert, and here's these marigolds now, but beautiful. So I never put flowers in the
They say
garden.
that about apples too. With the dry weather,
Yeah,
that the apple crop was smaller in size, but
Yeah.
the flavors were really good.
oh,
So they say that has something to do with the dry. But the locally grown apples,
Yeah.
that they're so good.
yeah.
They taste nothing like the ones you get in the store.
No,
Right.
and
No,
same
no
with the
comparison.
cider
And-
too. Yeah,
And they smell
Peaches too
good.
this year.
yeah.
You can smell
Peaches
them.
this year
Yeah.
were
Yeah. Peaches were good too.
Oh,
yeah.
You are correct.
what else you
In
got,
fact,
Joe?
Well, a lot of steelheaders are complaining about the mild weather that
Yeah.
we've been having, which I'm enjoying the mild weather, by the way.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great day to be out and about today as well.
Oh yeah.
However, if you look at the long term, the bottom's dropping out pretty much.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting, beginning Tuesday, more. It's going to be more like steelhead
Fall.
weather,
Yeah.
Yep.
rain
Like
and
it's-
cold.
Yeah, like
So-
it should be.
Well, they're going to be happy.
There's a few.
Yeah.
There's a few in the streams now, but the water's so low and it's just warm.
Well, hopefully
which
this weather will prolong, so we'll have a longer steelhead season, and they won't freeze up for a while yet. So it
and here's
prolongs
something,
it.
but if you're been ruining the mild weather, just hang on for a few days.
Mhm.
It's going to change.
Oh yeah,
It's going to be more.
Big cold
like-
front.
Yeah.
Big cold front.
yeah. Which normal. It's
Mhm.
fall, so good. All right. How about some culture?
I got some
Well,
good news.
Oh, wait. We got the good news. Yes.
The Browns have scored a touchdown.
Oh, my gosh. Oh,
Oh, they're in London today, aren't
Yep.
they?
yes.
Defense recovered a fumble in the end zone.
Oh,
Oh, those poor Londoners.
that's enough. I want to watch it when I get home. So, good. Okay,
Yeah,
you got
thought,
some.
Hey, I gotta
you
tell
thought
you-
they were miserable before.
Yeah. How about some culture?
Real quick, I got to tell you, I got a call from my youngest son, Brian, earlier in the week, and he says, "Hey, Dad, want to go to the ball game tomorrow?" So we went to game 2.
Oh,
got
yeah, it was a
seats
good
for-
one.
He scored seats about 40 feet to the left of the right field foul pole, second row back.
Oh,
Oh, my.
And when Bo Naylor hit that 3-run
Yeah.
shot,
Yeah.
it hit Brian in the foot.
You're kidding.
Oh, no.
Did he get the
There
ball?
was a scrum. There was a scrum for the ball. Everybody was piled on top of one another, and he had it pinned with his foot. But the guy that was behind him reached down and
Oh.
and
Oh.
in doing so, gashed his finger open, and then whipped the ball up and sprayed blood all over the place. It was
Oh. So
yeah, but it was
Nice.
almost
who's
good
that?
news.
you know to see a home run ball head for your forehead.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I
Oh, yeah.
bet.
It's
Wow.
something else when they come real close to you like that. It's
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
know.
Good.
Well, I saw it coming, and I thought, oh, I hope it makes it, but it looked like it was going to fall,
Yeah.
but it kept carrying,
yeah.
Something else.
Good. All right. Well, we'll talk to you next week.
One quick
Yeah.
bit of Albert Einstein once said, if you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself.
There you go. Okay, we're up against it. We'll talk to you next week. See ya. Okay, we'll get out there and make some memories. Say it every week, but the memories you make today could be the most lasting, the most important ones. And if you don't get out there and make them, it's going to be a dull life as you get older. I was at a funeral, and the organ player had to sing some of the stuff. And when he was leaving, I told him, "You got a good voice." It made him so happy. He was smiling ear to ear. No one ever tells him. And a younger guy, big guy. And so, see, you never know. Make somebody smile. It makes you smile too. And do the same with a phone call. It's a win-win. They're going to be happy to hear from you, and it makes you feel good if you make somebody smile. And as I always say, a day without a smile is a day wasted. The older we get, the less time we've got to be making those good days. So remember that. And as my mother would always tell me, now, Joey, don't you ever take any wooden nickels.
You've been listening to Inside the Great Outdoors with Joe Kulis, Joe Keogh, and Dr. Norm. Join us every Sunday morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on AM 1420 The Answer. Download the podcast of today's show and previous broadcasts at IGOradio.com. Follow the show on Facebook and get interactive with the cast and crew. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week, 7 a.m., right here on AM 1420 The Answer.